Part of the motivation for me on this is a lot of payback. I'm paying back the donation of incredible talents who are on this project. I've said to each one at least once that if we had put this thing down on paper and had to pay everybody their true value before we even got started, this thing never would have gotten started, because I feel like the talent that we have amassed on this project, we're talking about, me inclusive, 28 different performers, we would have been looking at the high five figures just to get started. And you're talking about nearing short film budget for music in a time when people are producing albums in real money / effort for mid five figures. So that's the motivation, because I feel like I'm a talent investment banker where people have come in and they've brought in their gifts and they've given them to me so that I can invest them and multiply them, build up a talent nest egg, if you will. I want to make sure that I don't let them down, so that's kept me going. The other thing is really paying back time and paying back expectation. I'll explain it this way. I've been chasing this dream, as some people will call it, this calling, as I dream to call it, since 1980, almost 30 years. And there have been times like when I first moved to Detroit to join with Thing Incorporated, waiting for that to happen. I talked to Felipe Wynn of Spinner's fame, and I was going to audition to be his keyboardist and tour with him, because at that point he had a solo album with Thing Incorporated, Windjamming. And just before that, a year before that, I had been playing live keyboards with the Shy Lights. So I had all these things that were telling me that success was just around the corner. I grew up believing that if you had, first of all, connections, and then second, opportunities, and you built upon opportunities to make connections, and you made connections to get opportunities, it was a stairway to success. Long story short, Thing Incorporated folded, CBS sued George Clinton, the IRS swooped in, and they took everything else, and there was nothing. So there I was, wintering in Detroit for the first time, without a job, without a group, without prospects. So I was just kind of staying in the apartment, writing, hoping for something to come about. And this person came by, a guy named Kirk, came by, and Kirk had connections with Sylvia Moy. Well, the name to me, being a Stevie Wonder fan, was just like him naming a member of my family. I knew this woman even before I met her, through her work with Stevie. So he said he had connections, and she was looking for material. She was looking to sign bands. We put a band together called Lights, and it was basically a funk band starting off doing covers, hoping to eventually get to the point where we were doing message music at the time. We were a mishmash of agnostics, atheists, an occultist, and a Christian, and eventually two Christians. So I did a song for Lights called I Wish I Could Love You. I arranged it and wrote it and everything, and Sylvia, just delivering the song to her on paper. And Rufus had a group called Jubal, and they were looking for a keyboardist, and I saw that as a door going out, and he told me how they had this connection with a Christian label in Canada who was looking to take that album and go with it, and I thought then, okay, the album was onward. I got with Jubal, became their keyboardist. They had a concert in Ottawa. I had to learn all the material in about 5 or 6 days. I did that, and we went to Ottawa, I played, and the fact that we were going out of the country, that was a big deal for me. Second fact is that there were no covers. As close as we came to a cover was an interpolation and rearrangement of Onward Christian Soldiers that Rufus had done. Otherwise, it was all original material. So here again, I thought, this is it, I'm on my way. Okay, so first disappointment came when the Canadian company did not pursue the product.